Today, I wanted to get a quick video out before the Christmas holidays begin. Yeah, a lot of stuff's happened and production's been kind of slow, so you'll forgive us. Today, I wanted to tell you guys my thoughts on It, Welcome to Derry Season 1. And I have to say, I really enjoyed this TV show. I was thoroughly engaged with it. I really enjoyed a lot of the scenes in it. Of course, I have my gripes with certain things. I'll get into that later. Let me talk about what I thought were the great points of this series. What I thought was great was the character development in this. Stephen King really knows how to build his characters in his books, and I think the series does that really well, because it stays true to the novel in a sense. It's, whenever I watch a series, a TV show, if you will, based on a horror movie or franchise, I'm always scared that it's just going to be a series of jump scares, horror elements just thrown in your faces, and just really drawn out, needless backstories of characters that will eventually never give a rat's ass about in the future. This series does not do that, because it stays true to the novel in the sense of there's no jump scare after jump scare, there's no horror element in each episode. It builds up. Because that's what the It entity does in both the book and the series. It slowly forces characters to see their greatest fear, and once they're primed and ready, then it jumps and feeds on them. Because in the books, the entity, it says that when it forces fear upon its victims, it's like he's cooking them. And the fear is that extra bit of spice that makes the meat oh so nice. So that was what I thought was really well done in this series. And like I said, the psychological horror is just so good because you don't see it come out at first. It just builds up, and once that horror is right there on screen, then you're just so hooked in, you can't look away. Yes, you watch it, you're scared out of your mind because you just never saw this coming. But it's just so brilliant. And for some scenes, like in the very first episode, the car scene, when you see that kid, I forgot his name, you'll forgive me. He's in the car, and then this weird family starts talking to them, and then you slowly get these hints from how they're talking that, okay, these people are not right in the head. And then as it slowly builds up, they turn on each other, and then, yeah, you're just shocked beyond all reason. And another great moment is when we see the character of Veronica Grogan, when she's sleeping in her bed, and then she, not to describe the scene because it's way too graphic, but it's basically the guilt she feels about killing her mom during childbirth. I mean, that scene was amazing. Another great scene was with the character of Marge Truman. After her class watched this documentary about this snail parasite that takes over a snail's mind and turns their eyes all weird and gross. When she starts seeing that happen to her, my God, I was just so freaked out. I mean, I literally was watching it through my fingers, you know, what you used to do as a kid, because, you know, deep down inside, think that's going to protect you from the horror. It did not. And another great scene was when the character of Lily Bainbridge was in the supermarket. She's looking for certain things for her mom or whatever. And what I thought was really cool was, as she's looking around, people are just kind of poking out of the aisles, staring at her, and then you see certain aisles just kind of close in, sealing her off, to the point where she's just stuck in one place and she's forced to see the dead remains of her father. Oh man, that was so cool. I mean, like I said, the psychological build-up to the actual horror was just so well done in this series. Now I'm going to get into the cons of this, what I thought was not so well done. I mean, I like that they introduced the character of Dick Halloran, the guy with The Shining from the movie The Shining. I thought that was a nice little nod, but I didn't think he really had to be a main character in this show, because after seeing him go through all this stuff, fighting the It entity, I'm going like, wow, his part in The Shining kind of seems irrelevant now, because, I mean, he just fought this, what can only be described as monster-like god of fear, and he couldn't save Danny Torrance from his psycho dad in The Shining at the Overlook? What the hell? And also, the subtle to huge nods to the Losers Club in the original book. I feel like that's a typical Hollywood trope of making these origin movies, these prequel series and stuff. Like, okay, if we don't have them linked to the original characters, what's the point of this series? I feel like it's forced and sometimes a bit unnecessary. However, when I think back to Stephen King's books, it actually does make sense in this case, because Stephen King, for the eagle-eyed readers, and fans of Stephen King, most of his books are actually connected. He's created this thing called the macroverse because all these supernatural entities and powers, they're all connected in Stephen King's universe by way of the macroverse, which is the huge multiverse in itself. And that multiverse is all connected by way of the Dark Tower, which is featured in his epic book series, The Dark Tower, which is amazing. Please read it or do what I did, book on tape. It'll save you time, and also if you're a lazy bastard like me, you can just listen to it while you're doing like your average day stuff like me. I listened to it when I was drawing. So for anyone who likes horror, for anyone who likes just Stephen King, I do recommend this series. I did read articles that should this series get picked up for season 2 or 3, season 2 might go a bit further back in Derry's history to, I believe, the 1930s, when we get the a massacre that happened when a bunch of townsfolk gunned down a gang. Then season 3 would then go even further back. I don't know how much back, maybe to when maybe the 1900s, or even to when the town was being founded. That could be a cool thing. I don't know. I do hope it gets picked up because there's a whole lot of interesting things you could go into with this series. So I do hope everybody takes a chance to at least check out a few episodes. I do highly recommend it. Maybe not for the Christmas season, because, you know, you have to be happy then. Just pick it up whenever you can. So that's my thoughts. I give it a solid 8 out of 10, and I wish you all happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video.